All right, let me tell you about something pretty interesting that happened last night. It was a late night. We didn't get back to probably almost midnight. And why? Because we're at City Hall right there. And what was going on at City Hall? Now, you know how passionate we are. And if you don't know a lot about what we do, extremely passionate about my city, my town, the vision, the passion, everything that we want to see for this one. And I think in a chess way, right? And I think about the future, I think strategic, and I think about what can I do today to make this the coolest place to live for my kids and for their kids and everybody else's kids. What can we do to make this the coolest place? I hope you guys are thinking the same thing about where you are and where you want to have the impact inside of your community. My community, you know, we got three things: time, treasures, and talents. And you need to donate all three of those to your passions and to your areas. So I roll my 3 T's into this town a lot: times, treasures, and talents. And because I'm passionate about it. So last night we had a big thing about, there's an area in our marketplace called John's Pass Village. And it's one of the biggest tourist destinations in the whole state of Florida. It's one of the largest free tourist destinations in the whole state of Florida. About 5 million people come to the county for vacations every year, and almost 4 million of them actually go to this little village. 100 and something bars and shops and restaurants and floating tiki bars and jet skis and fishing boats and anything you could possibly ever want, and the best beach on the planet. And it's just awesome, right? So, but it's not a sales pitch. It's about how cool I think this area is. So the area is right now in a way that it's not controlled, right? The growth, right? Florida, especially, the population is not decreasing. Florida migration is increasing. Florida beach migration is absolutely increasing. And this city has the vision and the foresight to say it's not going to stop. So we can either let it go and hope it develops in a way that's cool, or we could step in and say, let's control it. Let's put some parameters out there and let's strategically see it grow the way we think it should grow from our perspective right now, at least, right? So it was called a special area plan. And the city laid it out. They hired probably the smartest guy from a land planning perspective ever, especially in our region, in our state, a guy named Dave Healy. His credentials are ridiculously awesome. So the guy's forgotten more about real estate and land planning and future planning than most people know. And he's actually came out of retirement to help this because he sees the vision, the passion that the city did. So last time was a big thing. So what was going on? People were talking about, should they make this an activity center? What is an activity center? It's a special designation that has controlled growth with a true vision in front of it. So little details, but it turns it into a transportation corridor, which allows for better maneuverability and walkability and safety and sidewalks and crosswalks and all the things that most people don't think about what's important 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but that's what this does. And it has transitions into the area, what the density should be, going into the area, in the core part of the area, the peripheral edge of the area, where should most of the growth be focused on, what should we do over here, what should we do over there, and what do we see from what we know now, what would be the smart way to see this grow. So, of course, there's a lot of people that don't want to see any growth, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But the irony is, they sit there in their condos, but now nobody else should be able to have one now that they have theirs, right? They sit there and own their investment condo, their investment property, and they're like, well, now that I have mine, no more growth in the area, right? It's like such a hypocrisy on this one, but they don't like to hear that point. So you have a lot of people like, now that I got mine, nobody else can have theirs, right? And I disagree with that. I think there's more and more people that deserve to have really cool things in their life, and I think Florida beach real estate is one of the things everybody should own in their life because it just feels good and it's awesome and it's fresh air and it's clean and the way of life's just phenomenal. So if we can have more opportunities for people to own cash flowing investment properties that they can come stay in, life is good, right? So big passion play last night, went down to the wire, names, fights, fist, everybody doing, no fist, some visual fist, but everyone had good control last night, but ended up passing, which is great. And that's just step one of a few steps, but it was a really big step. So I just want to I know a lot of our friends from the city do watch this, and I just want to say thanks for the passion and the dedication and the courage to stand up for what's right for the next generations. It's not about today. Nothing was even voted on about any project. Nobody's building anything at all. Nothing's even in front of the commission to be built at all. This is about stepping back and saying, what is the next 5 years going to look like? what should the next 10 years look like? What is the best to do for all the constituents in this city and all the tourists that come here from around the world? What's the best experience we can give them? Because the city's smart, they rely on revenue, parking, right, and taxes. So they of course want to see growth, but controlled growth, because they don't want this town to not be fun and awesome and convenient and easy flowing, right? So a lot of thought goes into these type of rules. So a lot of people don't think about it, and I think it's interesting to watch how things happen from a long-term perspective. This, what we're standing on right now, this started 10 years ago from a special area rezoning inside the same city, because we wanted to have an area stuff, because this is the downtown core. It's called Madeira Beach Town Center. For those of you who are interested in it, it's a 7.5 acre piece of property, an assemblage of all kinds of owners to create a master plan vision, which has now the Cambria Resort, cool rooftop bar and pool and everything over there. We just closed out condo B, which is the harbor, and we just closed those 38. We're standing on top of condo A, which is called the residences, and then we're about to break ground on a 167 room, unbelievably amazing resort that's going to just be such a cool amenity for everybody who visits this area. And it's awesome. Plus we got a marina back here. Plus you got the Gulf of Mexico right there. Everything's here. So it's the future planning about how can we balance growth, coolness, traffic, tourism, residential, taxes, infrastructure, environment, all that stuff goes into play, and it's all about for the future. So it's kind of fun, and we do appreciate both sides of the debate, and it's just fun to watch it. So passion prevails, and our passion and our vision is pure, it is good, it is real, it is awesome, and we just keep pushing, and because I think it's the right thing to do. So that's a little update about what's going on in our little beautiful beach town of Madeira Beach. But I think the message is get clear on your passion, right? Donate your time, your treasures, your talents to what you're passionate about. See it through, never give up, keep pushing for what you know is right, and then it's really awesome to see cool things happen. People going to work, new things happen, and new tax revenues, new bases for the city. It's just awesome. So I just wanted to share that, running on a little bit of sleep because up really late last night, up really early this morning, but it's passion and it's fun. So that's a little inspiration for the day. Think about where your 3 T's are going to be deployed. What is your passion? What are you behind? And what are you kind of getting up in the morning passionate about? And if you don't have that, take some time today and start thinking about it. Let's identify it. And let's get behind it and get an action plan. Rally yourself around people that have that same vision and just lock arms and move forward, guys. That's the fun. That's my wish for you for this year and for life, really. And I just want to give a little tidbit, little inspiration background as to kind of what we're doing right now. So talk to you later. Bye.